Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to design the next part of our application. So you might have noticed that when we opened up the navigation drawer, so this is what it basically looks like, but the problem with this was that if we have a look at this toolbar right here, it appeared blue and the color of this thing right here was kind of pink. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to change the color of this thing to pink. So basically we want the color which is present over here. So in order to get the color, we switch to this nav header main.xml, and we are basically going to copy this color value so that we could assign the same color to the toolbar. So we simply copy this color, then we switch back to this XML file which is called as the app bar main. We are going to select this thing right here, which is nothing but the bar. Then we are going to go to background, and instead of this color right here, we are going to change it to this thing. We are going to change it to this color. Then simply click OK, and as you could see, now the color has been changed. Now the next thing which we want to do is that we also need to remove this hello world which is present right over here. So in order to change the content of this thing right here, we switch to the content mail.xml, we select this hello world, we delete it, and in here we are going to put in the contents which we want to be present on the main activity. So what we do here is that we create a simple welcome screen here. So let's go ahead and put an image view right here, and actually you could put in anything which you want, but for the sake of example I am taking a image view, and let's change the width of this to, let's say, 100 dp and height to 100 dps as well. So as you could see, this is our image view, and now let's go ahead and add the same image which we have added over here. So we simply select it, go to properties, select a property called background, then go to project, and in the drawable folder we select the image of the pizza. So when we select it, as you could see, now we have this thing right here, and now let's go ahead and add some text to it so as to welcome our users. So we drag a text, drop it over here, and let's say we want to change the text. So we again go to properties, go to text, and change the text to, let's say, welcome to Ashutosh Pizza. And now as you could see, the text appeared right over here. So you could customize this thing as you want. So if you want to check how your application looks like, you could go to the activity main.xml, and this thing is a preview of what your app is going to look like. So basically, as you could see in the background, this thing right here is nothing but this content mail.xml which is present over here. So make sure to customize everything according to your needs. And let's say if you want to change the background to something more attractive, so let's go to background and let's select the color to be black. So we change this thing to 0000 and 00. So as you could see, this is what the background looks like. And also if you want to change the color of this text, we simply select it, go to properties, or you could also change the text from here. So if we switch back to the text view or the XML view, and if we switch on the preview, as you could see, this thing right here is nothing but the text view. And if you wish to change the color of this text view, we simply type in Android text color, and let's say you want to make it look white, so we type #FF. So as you could see, now the text color changed to white. Now if we switch to the activity main.xml, this is basically what your app is going to look like. So now let's move ahead and let's learn how we could make these buttons functional, these things functional. So these are basically nothing but the list items which are present onto your navigation drawer. Now if we switch back to the main activity, as you could see, there are a lot of things which are present over here, and actually all the things are important, but the most important thing here is if you scroll down, you will have something which is called as the on navigation item selected. And what this method does is that it basically handles the navigation in your entire application. So what it does is that it looks for which button is actually clicked. So it basically checks for which item is being selected. So for example, if we select this item, which is nothing but view menu, so the ID of this view menu is nothing but view_menu. So whenever we click this option right here, the code which is written inside this thing gets executed. So once you understand the significance of this, the navigation actually becomes a lot simpler. And also I think I have named it wrong, so this should be order. and if we switch there, this thing is named as an order. So I'll make relevant changes here, and if we switch to the main activity, actually this thing is not going to work because we need to have same IDs at both the places. So I make changes here and I save the code. So our main intention while creating this application is that whenever the user selects this option or any of the options, we basically want to launch a new activity which allows user to perform new actions. So what we are going to do in the next tutorial is that we are going to add in some new activities right over here, and basically we are going to call these new activities, or we are going to start those new activities right over here by using the intent. So basically we create new activities, we use their name, we create an intent for that particular activity, and then call in these activities right here, so that whenever the user selects an option, he will be redirected to a new activity and a new activity is going to start. So that's it for this tutorial, and I hope you guys understood the things explained in this tutorial. So make sure you understand this method right here, which is nothing but the on navigation item selected. So it basically allows you to switch to a new activity. So that's it for this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.